It has come to my attention that you have broken the rules.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at explosive scandals that rocked the reality TV genre.
I really did not want to hurt you.
You didn't want to hurt me, but then you continued to do something repeatedly over and over and over and over and over.
For this list, we're looking at controversies that happened on or off screen. Number 30, Erika Jayne embezzlement scandal, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. In November 2020, singer and Beverly Hills housewife Erika Jayne announced that she and her husband, Tom Girardi, were separating. But the real bombshell dropped the next month. Allegations arose that the divorcing couple embezzled from a charity fund set up to support people affected by a 2018 plane crash.
The victims, if you know our names, do you know anything about us?
Not really, to be perfectly honest.
However, the legal charges, moral implications, and ensuing legal battle became a main plot point on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which saw the housewives taking sides. In 2020, Jayne was dismissed from the embezzlement lawsuit and scored a major win in court against fraud charges. The case was also the subject of 2 Hulu documentaries.
The lawsuit against her in Illinois dismissed. The reality star appearing to claim victory on Instagram, thanking her supporters, writing, "Thank you to my friends that know me. It's a marathon."
Number 29, Frenchie Davis's intimate photos, American Idol. Coming off a juggernaut of a first season, this singing competition was one of the most popular shows in America. On American Idol, hopeful pop stars' dreams came true with the simple phrase, "You're going to Hollywood." Well, Hollywood was the end of the story for Season 2 contestant Frenchie Davis.
Hollywood, yes. Definitely.
Amazing from the first note to the very last. Brilliant. Hollywood.
See you in Hollywood.
She disclosed that she had taken revealing pictures a few years before, but the website they were featured on was defunct. The producers waited several months to disqualify her mid-season.
They knowingly allowed me to advance in the competition, and 2 weeks before I was to perform.
Given the program's popularity at the time, Davis's talent was immediately missed. She would later appear on The Voice, where she made it to the semi-final round. Number 28, Keith Michael's disqualification, Project Runway. Bravo's fashion design competition was just beginning to gain a following in its 3rd season, when contestant Keith Michael was suddenly disqualified. The brash designer was accused of having a pattern book in his hotel room, which was explicitly against the rules. Word spread among the designers very quickly. After being confronted by his fellow competitors, Michael left the hotel, and mentor Tim Gunn stepped in to confirm he had been disqualified.
We have very clear and concise rules for our designers on Project Runway. We're going to have to ask you to leave.
This, plus his leaving the production site to use the internet, were cited as the reason. Michael denied any wrongdoing, and even denied the rule was made clear to him. Number 27, Dog uses a racial slur, Dog the Bounty Hunter. For 8 seasons, viewers watched Dwayne Chapman hunt down fleeing fugitives from the law. Because of the potential for dangerous situations, the show had many close calls and scary moments over the years. However, it was Dwayne's mouth that got him in trouble.
The accusations are serious and scathing. Dog's daughter claiming he is racist, homophobic, and was unfaithful to her late mother, Beth.
In 2007, the National Enquirer leaked a tape featuring Chapman repeatedly using a racial slur to describe his son's girlfriend. Chapman, whose son leaked the conversation, faced a media firestorm as a result. Dog the Bounty Hunter was put on hiatus in the middle of its 4th season.
I'm a good man. I would have never done that.
However, the program returned the next year and continued for several more seasons. Number 26, Amber Portwoods arrests Teen Mom. MTV viewers followed this original 16 and Pregnant cast member from her teen pregnancy to motherhood. The show highlighted her tempestuous relationship with her child's father, Gary Shirley. In 2010, fans were shocked to watch her physically assault Shirley on camera.
The case against Amber Portwood now goes to the district attorney. If convicted, she faces up to 3 years in jail and $10,000 in fines.
An argument over custody became a full-on verbal and physical assault, with Portwood slapping and punching her ex right in front of the cameras. MTV's decision to air the event was criticized and led to her arrest. It would be the first in a long line of legal troubles for Portwood. 2 years later, she dropped out of a rehab program addressing substance use issues and opted instead for a 5-year prison sentence.
The whole 2.5 months I had been in rehab, every week that I went to court, I always went, alone, or like my mom would come. And this was the first time that Gary actually went with me because I knew I was opting out that day. I knew I was going to prison.
Number 25, Porsha Williams attacks Kenya Moore, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Many Real Housewives fights threaten to come to blows. Mud has been flung, tables have been thrown, and wine glasses have been tossed over the years. The Season 6 reunion of The Real Housewives of Atlanta brought things to a whole new level.
It wasn't appropriate at the
saying
time.
that you cheated on Cordell.
Listen, you are not going to keep on talking about my character like you know what you're talking about.
A season-long feud between Kenya Moore and Porsha Williams erupted as the two traded barbs, and Williams stood up and dragged Moore across the set by her hair. In the aftermath, Williams was arrested. Though she was demoted to a recurring role in the next season, Williams wouldn't be fired. She and Moore would both retain regular roles on the cast for many of the future seasons.
Violence against women, whether it's women on women or men on women, that's something that should never divide us. Whether you like me or not, or she likes me or not, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Number 24, Russell Armstrong's death. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
The housewives can be seen sitting together, sharing their very emotional reactions to the tragedy. The rest of the show aired scenes that were shot 6 months ago, but were re-edited.
Taylor Armstrong's story of abuse at her husband's hand was about as real as the Real Housewives had gotten up to that point. Season 2 of Bravo's latest Real Housewives franchise was already shot and edited when Armstrong's husband Russell took his own life. The network had a decision to make. The decision to re-edit and air the season anyway was criticized and praised in different corners. Viewers weren't sure what the season would show of their marital issues, but the show didn't shy away from Taylor's experience much at all.
How have you been?
I feel like I'm starting to operate really with my mind and not so much with my feelings.
Scenes of her co-stars confronting her about the abuse made it into the final edit. Whether it was ultimately exploitative or illuminating depends on who you ask.
She cannot feel responsible for that.
Number 23, Rachel KirkConnells' racist past, The Bachelor. When the 25th season of the long-running dating show premiered in 2021, Matt James made history as the very first Black Bachelor. He ended the season by choosing 24-year-old Rachel KirkConnell as his partner. Then the scandal erupted.
Our relationship, it was on the context of you not fully understanding my blackness.
A TikTok user's racist allegation led to an unearthing of her past, which included the winner sharing right-wing conspiracy theories. But the kicker was her participating in a college party with an Old South theme.
And just last week, a post on Reddit allegedly showed the Bachelor contestant at a 2018 Old South college formal.
The fact that she had been chosen by the series' first Black Bachelor made the whole situation all the more volatile. Even longtime host Chris Harrison left the show after defending KirkConnell in an interview.
Well, Rachel, is it a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look in 2021?
It's
because
not
there's a big
good
difference.
look ever.
Number 22, Jen Shah's arrest. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The snowflake-holding cast of Bravo's Utah-based franchise was caught up in an avalanche of drama when a co-star flaked out just before they were set to go on vacation. Jen Shah fled the scene mere minutes before the shoot was crawling with cops.
Yeah, just keep us posted. And if you want us to turn the bus around, I can turn that bus around.
Hey, Jen. Jen, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I just gotta go figure out what's going on.
She was then charged for her involvement in a wire fraud scheme. Given her villainous nature on the show, Shah was always a magnet for drama, but this was more than anyone expected. She would later be convicted and sentenced to prison for her crimes. She's not the first or last Real Housewife to get in trouble with the law, but the fact that so much of the drama played out on screen makes this one a reality scandal to remember.
This morning, Jen Shah is waiting to learn in which federal prison she'll have to spend the next 6.5 years. She left court wearing sunglasses after tearfully apologizing. My actions, she said, have hurt innocent people.
Number 21, Angelie disqualified, America's Next Top Model. Tyra Banks' modeling competition has had its fair share of unfortunate, offensive, and downright cruel moments. But its All-Stars edition was clouded by controversy when competitor Angelie Preston was disqualified for unspecified reasons in the finale episode.
Unusual circumstances.
Yep. It turns out that after shooting was wrapped, our production team and the network learned information from Angelie that disqualifies her from the competition.
The aired finale saw Lisa D'Amato being named the winner. Preston would later come forward with the truth. Banks had originally awarded Preston the title in the 17th season, only to take it away once producers learned Preston had worked as an escort. This only came out when the contestant sued Banks, the producers, and the network.
So it was a stupid decision that I made, and then it came back to bite me with them decrowning me.
Her lawsuit didn't go far, but it did add to contemporary reappraisals of the show's harsh treatment of its rotating cast of young, impressionable, aspiring models. Number 20, Tristan Thompson cheats on Khloe Kardashian. Keeping up with the Kardashians. There's no good time to find out your boyfriend is cheating on you, but days before having his child is probably one of the worst times. The entire Kardashian family was on camera when news broke that Khloe's boyfriend, Cleveland Cavaliers player Tristan Thompson, had been spotted kissing another woman in public.
There's a video of Tristan making out with a girl last night. I know.
First reported in April 2018, the scandal rocked the family and would become a main storyline on the show's 15th season. And then again in its 16th season, because Kardashian and Thompson's relationship would take yet another hit when similar revelations came out the next year. Good thing the Kardashians are no strangers to a media frenzy.
I talked to Jordan. It's really weird. She's not giving me all the information. She was trying to kiss me and was like, I can't remember if we did or didn't. I'm like, what?
Number 19, Roslins' affair with a crew member, The Bachelor.
Roslyn, can I touch you outside? Thanks.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
This dating show has seen more than its fair share of controversial contestants, but none quite like Roslyn Papa. The single mom appeared on Bachelor Jake Pavelka's season and was thought to be a frontrunner. But only 2 episodes in, host Chris Harrison sent her packing. The reason? She allegedly had an off-camera affair with a crew member.
Roslyn, you entered into an inappropriate relationship with one of our staffers. That staffer is no longer working with us.
The staffer was fired, and while Roslyn tried to reason with Harrison, the host simply wasn't having it.
So you think that there's no other girls here that felt for other people before they came on the show?
No, not at all. Because it wasn't a relationship you had back home.
Even though the other women reported seeing inappropriate behavior, Roslyn still denies they were anything more than friends. But as we all know, there's his side, her side, and the truth. Number 18, Farrah Abrahams tape, Teen Mom.
I saw what he said, and that's complete lies.
In 2013, the Teen Mom star circulated on the internet in a less than wholesome way. Rumors had it that she filmed a raunchy tape with compromising positions. It was later revealed that the adult film star who was involved with Abraham was actually hired by her to film the video. Essentially, she allegedly planned the leak herself in order to appeal to the adult film industry. Rumors also surfaced that Abraham had tried to leak a homemade tape prior. Adult film companies passed on the opportunity to distribute it, but she was purportedly later offered a chance to make that tape with Vivid Entertainment.
This is my video, and I'm telling you exactly what is.
MTV eventually fired her from Teen Mom OG over the ordeal. Number 17, Catfishing, Sister Wives.
I trusted him.
Sister Wives star Mary Brown divorced her husband and found herself in a new romance with a complete stranger she met on Twitter. Her internet lover was a man named Sam, and the two dated for 6 months, during which they exchanged steamy messages and professed their love for each other.
What is the motivation? Why does she do this? Is she just evil?
However, Brown immediately called off the relationship when it was revealed that she was actually being catfished by a woman named Jackie Overton. Brown's catfish subsequently leaked a ton of private conversations between the two. Overton ended up being arrested due to 3 outstanding warrants. Number 16, Jillian Michaels supplement scandals, The Biggest Loser.
Working out with me for the first time can be rough on a person, and often they throw up and cry.
In 2013, Biggest Loser viewers were shocked when it turned out that trainer Jillian Michaels gave caffeine supplements to her team members to boost their performance.
You don't have what it takes. I'm gonna find out this week.
These supplements were given without a doctor's permission, which resulted in a £4 penalty. All results from the previous week were also declared invalid. However, Michaels defended herself, saying that her team didn't have an unfair advantage. The only regret she has over the incident is that her professional opinion ultimately hurt her team members. Michaels also believed that the judges were looking to punish her team in order to bring back popular contestant Ruben Studdard. So was it a ploy or a doping scandal?
It's good to be back.
Number 15, Jeffrey Pasel's past, 90 Day Fiancé.
I think that we're going to have this instant, utter connection.
90 Day Fiancé fans were not impressed when they discovered Jeffrey Pasel's dark persona. He may seem sweet, but the truth was Pasel was arrested in 2019 for kidnapping and domestic assault on his former fiancée. Viewers urged TLC to axe him, and the network reportedly refused to let him come back for the reunion episode. In his Instagram post, Pasel defended himself, saying it's his past, his life, and his choice. He added that he can never go back and wouldn't want to have it any different way.
The past couple of years have been extremely hard.
However, we're pretty sure he was singing a different tune when he was convicted of the crime in October 2021 and subsequently sentenced to 18 years in prison. Number 14, Phil Robertson's homophobic remarks, Duck Dynasty. Duck Dynasty patriarch Phil Robertson came under fire after a controversial GQ interview. He was quick to point out that he believes a relationship between same-sex people is sinful. His son Alan defended his views and went as far as comparing his dad to John the Baptist. He added that the public outcry hasn't changed who they are as a family. A&E decided to call off the initial suspension of Duck Dynasty and cited that the family apologized for the statements. Number 13, Kim and Kris's marriage and split, keeping up with the Kardashians. All eyes were on this Kardashian sister when she married basketball player Kris Humphries on August 20th, 2011. Only 72 days later, Kim caused a whole new media frenzy when she filed for divorce. What followed was a high-profile split perfect for the tabloids, with Humphries asking for an annulment on the basis of fraud rather than a divorce. Some news outlets even accused Kardashian of using the marriage as a publicity stunt. After a long and public legal battle, Kim and Kris finalized their divorce in June 2013. Number 12, Cory Clark and Paula Abdul, American Idol.
Give me the beat, boy, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
This hit singing competition has had a fair amount of drama over the years, like any good reality show, but a contestant having an affair with a judge is something else entirely. The show's second season had an elimination bombshell. Cory Clark was disqualified after making it to the top 9. Reason? Well, officially, it was due to Clark's failure to disclose an arrest record. But it also may reportedly have had to do with his shocking relationship with Paula Abdul.
It's really refreshing. I've said it before, your voice is really refreshing, especially when you go up in your upper register.
Although Abdul never confirmed the relationship, Clark became very open about his experiences over the years, and even ended up suing E! Television Network for an allegedly unfair portrayal of his character.
Did you have a sexual relationship with her?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Number 11, alleged misconduct on set, Bachelor in Paradise. Things frequently get messy on the set of any Bachelor show. It's par for the course. But the 4th season of Bachelor in Paradise threatened to get a little too real. Production halted when reports of severe intoxication and intimate misconduct were leveled against contestant Demario Jackson.
Millions of viewers tuned in last week, witnessing the jaw-dropping moments after the show was shut down amid sexual misconduct allegations surrounding Corinne Olympios and Demario Jackson.
Both of the contestants involved, Jackson and Corinne Olympios, were removed from the season, which continued to film. Though the details of the incident remain vague, an investigation concluded that no misconduct actually occurred. Rumors swirled, inviting criticism and speculation that affected both contestants for months after the news broke.
Yeah, I actually told him last night, I was like, you ran to the media, I'm so mad at you. And he was like, no, I didn't. Like, I only went to the media after your statement came out. I was upset that we couldn't have just handled it privately.
Number 10, the Pretty Woman costume, toddlers and tiaras. In season 4 of this often criticized TLC series, 3-year-old Paisley was dressed as Julia Roberts' character Vivian Ward from Pretty Woman. Even in an industry frequently accused of sexualizing girls, this was controversial, prompting other pageant moms to accuse Paisley's mother, Wendy Dickey, of going too far.
They dressed Paisley up like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman.
In her defense, Dickey stated that she thought it would be funny rather than provocative. Despite the backlash, this pageant princess, now a teenager, has moved on to small roles in TV and movies. In a series rife with controversy, this remains one of the most talked about moments. Number 9. Teresa and Joe Go to Prison. The Real Housewives of New Jersey. The Real Housewives franchise is all about the drama. Just ask Kenya and Porsha. While Porsha was arrested and released for assault, Jersey housewife Teresa Giudice wasn't so lucky. In March 2014, Teresa and her husband Joe pleaded guilty to multiple fraud charges.
The Giudices allegedly submitted false and fraudulent mortgage and other loan applications from 2001 to 2008.
That October, Teresa was sentenced to 15 months in jail, while Joe was sentenced to 41 months. After 11 months in prison, Teresa was released in December 2015. After being released in 2019, Joe returned to his native Italy rather than await a deportation decision. As this reality couple proves, all that glitters is not gold.
You do grow and you learn from your experiences, and that's obviously what happened to me.
Number 8. Abby Lee Miller goes to jail. Dance moms.
Get your finger out of my face, girl.
Abby Lee Miller was known for her brutal treatment on Dance Moms.
She deserves nothing.
But no one expected she'd end up in actual prison. And no, it wasn't for screaming at kids or fighting with moms. Miller allegedly had employees sneak more than $120,000 after a trip to Australia. She was also charged with bankruptcy fraud. It turned out she was concealing more than $700,000 from the proceedings. She ended up serving 8 months in prison and continued to film Dance Moms after she was released. In Miller's words, her incarceration only made her tougher.
I thought she was coming out of jail nicer.
But we're talking about Abby Lee Miller.
Number 7. Mama June's new boyfriend. Here comes Honey Boo Boo. Not so long ago, Honey Boo Boo and her family were TLC staples. All that came to an end in 2014, however, when Mama June reportedly started dating Mark McDaniel. McDaniel is a convicted criminal. Even worse, it came to light that one of his victims was Honey Boo Boo's older sister, Anna. Unsurprisingly, TLC axed the series. While no longer working with TLC, Mama June continues to live as a reality star, with her series Mama June From Not to Hot airing on WeTV, an AMC Networks channel.
I've seen a lot of changes in her. She walks around the house naked and stuff. And she's just like...
Number 6. Brooks Ayers fakes cancer. The Real Housewives of Orange County.
He has not shown me anything that says he has cancer.
If you saw season 10 of The Real Housewives of Orange County, you know the scandal that surrounded Brooks Ayers. Most of the season focused on his health, while others questioned his diagnosis.
First few days are bad, huh?
Well, 4 days are pretty brutal.
However, Ayers stood by the fact that he had cancer and was receiving treatment. He even said that his castmates just want to fabricate drama. However, a few months down the line, E! News reported that he was actually lying after the hospital he claimed he went to confirmed they never treated him.
I'm sure she was exhausted with that, Melanie, and I can't say that I blame her.
Knowing he was finally caught, Ayers eventually admitted that he was, in fact, lying about his diagnosis. Wow. Number 5. John and Kate's divorce. John and Kate +8. With twins and sextuplets, the Goslins were reality royalty. But in 2009, their show and picture-perfect family fell apart.
We haven't really known where we were going, but we've been dealing with this for a long time.
Kate filed for divorce after 10 years of marriage, launching a bitter custody battle. Rumors of John cheating circulated, but were never confirmed.
Did I ever think I would be in this situation, in this position? Absolutely not. Ever.
In 2018, John was awarded custody of children Hannah and Colin after Kate had enrolled the latter in an inpatient facility. John went on the Dr. Oz show in 2019 to voice some of his struggles post-divorce.
It got to a point where I couldn't defend myself. because Kate's show continued.
Clearly, the divorce hasn't been easy, especially on the children. Only time will tell if this famous family ever makes amends.
This is so much easier than mine was. What are you doing?
Number 4, Scandival, Vanderpump Rules. Even people who had never seen Lisa Vanderpump's spin-off series seemed to know exactly what Scandival was. The whole fallout was caught by a camera crew, and the scandal that rocked Vanderpump Rules was the talk of the reality TV sphere for months.
I don't know how it happened, it happened. We became really good friends. Like, I was seeking something that I wasn't getting here. And that's selfish, that's really selfish.
Selfish is the nicest word you could use.
The breakdown of Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix's relationship after Sandoval's affair with co-star Raquel Leviss went public was a real-life soap opera for the social media age. Everyone had an opinion. The scandal has yet to go away.
If Tom Sandoval were sitting in front of you right now, what would you say to him?
I cursed the day you were born.
Leviss filed lawsuits against both Madix and Sandoval nearly a year after it all went down. Number 3, Sherry Pie disqualified, RuPaul's Drag Race. Season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race saw Willem Belli's mysterious disqualification. And while it may have set the standard for Drag Race controversy, there was something a lot darker to come. Season 12 was rocked by a scandal so damaging, the show had to be re-edited to all but remove one competitor.
Hope you save room for dessert, because I brought pie.
One of the season's finalists, Sherry Pie, was accused of inappropriate conduct by several men. Sherry Pie was subsequently edited down from the final cut of the episodes, which was a feat considering she made it to the top 4. It cast a dark shadow over a season that didn't need one, as it was the first to air during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I don't want people to think that I don't take full responsibility for the pain that I've caused these people, especially these amazing relationships that I wish that I could fix.
Number 2, the murder of Jasmine Fiore. Megan Wants a Millionaire. Real estate investor Ryan Jenkins reportedly placed 3rd on this dating show, but only 3 episodes aired. The day before VH1 pulled the plug, Jenkins was charged with the murder of his wife, Jasmine Fiore. The model's body was found in a suitcase, and she could only be identified by the serial number on her breast implants. Jenkins, however, never lived to stand trial. On August 23, 2009, he was found after having taken his own life in a Canadian hotel. A tragic end to an all-too-real and horrific story. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Josh Duggar scandal. 19 kids and counting. In 2015, the eldest Duggar son Josh was in the news after the Ashley Madison leak revealed he was paying for the controversial service. Duggar released a statement admitting to being unfaithful to his wife and having a substance use disorder. However, it doesn't stop there. Way back in 2002, a 33-page police report described Duggar behaving inappropriately with minors while they were asleep in the Duggar family home. In 2003, 2 more incidents were reported. And in 2019, the police raided his business and discovered an office where he searched the dark web for illegal images and videos. He was sent to prison in 2021 and could face upwards of 20 years.
You know, I didn't know what to do. I knew we needed help. And I was just praying that God would give the help and the wisdom that we needed to know how to take the next step.
What reality show shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.
That's how you know I'm telling the truth. I have your perfect formula. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.